Well, hello everyone, and welcome. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about, well, what I'm going to be talking about in this video. So if none of this interests you, then you don't have to watch this video. But what I'm going to be talking about is my new-ish upload schedule. Talk about what I've been doing for concerning the Genius Inc. games on my channel. Talk about what I plan on putting on the channel, and me talking a little bit about newer games and content that I really want to put on my channel, but I can't quite yet. And also, we're going to be talking about my video length in this video. So if none of that interests you, then you don't have to watch this video. But if it does, then go ahead and go grab yourself, something to drink, something to eat. Make sure you're drinking enough water, all that, but not too much, just enough, where you can function properly. And yeah, so get ready. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but anyway. So first, let's get the upload schedule out of the way. All right. So I'm going to be going ahead and adding Wednesdays to my upload schedule, and the reason being is that I have so many fucking videos that if I don't put them on Wednesdays, or I mean, I could be uploading one video every single day. I'm not even kidding. I have that many videos just stocked and already uploaded. Um, I have like 40 fucking videos. I'm not even kidding. I spend hours on these. But anyway, I have a bunch of videos that I could go ahead and start putting, every single day there'd be a new video, but I think people will get too tired of that. And, also there's not really enough time in everyone's day to go ahead and watch all of those because some of them are long, some of them aren't. And so I'm going to be going ahead and putting videos on Wednesdays. So it'll be probably like a console game or it'll be an EmberTalks episode, just like this one. And EmberTalks is kind of going to be like where I kind of give you guys updates or my thoughts on stuff and stuff like that. But anyway, so I'm going to be going ahead and putting videos on Wednesdays as well. I'm going to be putting them in the hours where I think most people will be getting off of work or getting out of school. So probably around 4 p.m. my time, which is California, and I'm pretty sure that's like Pacific Standard Time, I believe. And if you don't know what time zone it is, you can just look it up. Just type in California time zone. What's it called? There you go. But anyway, so I'll be going ahead and uploading my videos around 4 p.m. I'm not going to go and say, oh yeah, that's all set in stone, but just around that time. Basically when I think people would probably be getting off of work or getting out of school or something like that. But anyway, so yeah, I'm going to be adding that to Wednesdays and Saturdays and Sundays. I'm still going to stick to the mornings, which is like 8 and 9 in the morning. Because I figure that gives enough people enough time to go ahead and sit down and watch and wake up and whatever. So, anyway, that's that. Now let's go ahead and talk about the Genius Anime Girlfriend games, or GAGs as I call them. GAGG. That's what I call them. And then the S is because there's multiple. So Genius Anime Girlfriend games. Alright, so I've been grinding for a shitload of them, and I've actually been spending 11 hours of every single day grinding for these fucking things. And I cannot tell you, I am so happy I have fucking a mobile hotspot because then I can at least do something else while I'm going ahead and grinding. And yeah, before I didn't have mobile hotspot on my fucking phone. Thank God I do now. But before I didn't, I would just go ahead and sit down and just play fucking Pokemon while my fucking videos uploaded and while the games were being ground. And I cannot tell you how far I got in my fucking Pokemon Fire Red Nuzlocke. I shiny hunted every fucking goddamn thing. That's how much time I had. But anyway, aside from that, I've been grinding for a lot of games. And now the reason why I've been grinding for these games is because I'm not necessarily going by whatever games Genius Inc. themselves go ahead and release and, just spew out in the world within their fucking crazy time crunch. No, that's not the reason. The reason why is because I wanted to go ahead and grind for a bunch of the games that I took notes for a while back in the Genius Inc. fan server, the Discord server, and I went ahead and I asked a while back, hey, what are the games that are considered the better ones? Story-wise, which ones have depth, which ones evoke emotion. I really wanted to know, and so they went ahead and gave me some really good responses. Gave me a couple of lists, and I have them written down. I still have those notes in my notebook and my handy dandy notebook. And yeah, so those are the ones I've been grinding for, and there's a bunch of them. And you're probably wondering, when are you going to be playing any of their newer ones? Uh, Probably eventually, because I do plan on actually covering about as many as I fucking can, to be honest. Um, and for those of you guys who have been wondering, well, are you just going to be doing that more or less or whatever? Well, the reason why I went ahead and did that is that way I can go ahead and just record them when I want to record them. So I don't have to sit there and grind for hours. I've basically been grinding about 30 games over this week. And you're like, well, that's fucking crazy. It kind of is, kind of isn't. But I do have alarms set for when I plan on going to sleep, so I wake up so I can just turn on the next one. And I'm not kidding about that. So I'll probably say about every hour, whenever I go to sleep, I have a alarm on my phone, so that way I can go ahead and be woken up by it, and it stops the auto clicker and everything. And it'll be like, hey, you ran out of energy, because I figure that it's about an hour and 30 minutes per game. So so if I'm grinding about 11 games, then that's probably going to be quite a few fucking hours. And so I'll go ahead and just keep going and going and going, and then I'll give my phone about a break for about a day. I won't use it for anything. I don't go on anything. I don't watch anything. And usually that's when I usually go ahead and go out for a walk, go touch grass, stuff like that. Interact with people, go shopping. So yeah, I don't take my phone with me, because who the fuck am I going to talk to? My homie, fucking, I haven't heard from him in a while. I hope he's doing okay, and I am working on actually being able to talk to him again. So hopefully that works out. But anyway, so yeah, I'm up every hour of every day, grinding for these fucking anime girlfriend games. And you're like, well, are you physically tapping on the screen? No, I have an auto clicker installed, and I actually use two different ones. I use one to actually stop the auto clicker, so that way my alarm can go ahead and sound, and it won't crash the auto clicker or the game. It'll just go ahead and pause the thing about a minute and a half before the thing comes on, and that's usually around the time when the ads no longer work, and I can't really watch any of those. And I don't even really bother with the ads anyway anymore, because it's like the first couple of grind sessions that I'll go ahead and do. So that's about 2 hours, right? And for like the first two grind sessions, the ads will work just fine with the multiplier and everything. But after that, they won't fucking work, even if I reinstall and all that. So I don't know. It might just be my phone, but I really don't care at this point, because I just go ahead and I grind. I get about 500. Go to the next one, grind 500. Go to the next one, grind 500. Go to the next one, grind 600. Sometimes 700. Grind. Go to the next one, so on and so forth. And that's how it is every day. And so you're probably wondering, Lember, why are you doing this, man? Why are you driving yourself to this point? First of all, I have no life. So aside from going to the gym and going to the store, I don't really talk to people. I don't have a job, and I don't really do much else. So instead, I'll go ahead and I'll record something. And usually when it's grinding, I just go ahead and I put it off to the side so I can go ahead and keep checking on it. And usually when I go ahead and record the next partition of a video, or part, sorry, I didn't mean to say partition. So like, I'll say I went ahead and recorded part one of a video, not, like one whole video. It's part one of one entire video, which is usually of 4 different parts that I have to go ahead and separately edit. So my capture card doesn't catch on fire, which it did recently, but I'll talk about that later. But anyway, so I go ahead and record in 4 separate sections for one video, and then in editing, I go ahead and record, and I go ahead and put all 4 different voice recordings over it, so on and so forth. And that's pretty much all I do. And then and so every hour or 40 minutes, I'll go ahead and check on the auto clicker, and it'll be fine. And I'll go ahead and start the next one, so on. But anyway, so yeah. And you're like, remember, that's fucking crazy. How are you still alive? I don't know. Pure fucking anger. But anyway, I do actually sleep for quite a while on those days. I'm not even kidding. I sleep like a baby. But anyway, so you guys have probably noticed with the newer videos that I've come out with recently, with my Resident Evil 4 playthrough, Resident Evil 4 from 2005 playthrough. Just saying that makes me feel old. But anyway, so you notice that I've also had an Outlast series that I've had to go ahead and re-record, and there's a reason for that. So YouTube actually took down my Whistleblower DLC, and then my Outlast video got flagged. My first one for the first Outlast game got flagged, so I just went ahead and took them fucking all of them down, and didn't really bother putting them in anything else. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. I haven't played Outlast in a while, and the videos weren't very long, so I went ahead and I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna replay it. I don't feel like going ahead and dealing with it. I just want to go ahead and re-record it. So I did, and um, so yeah, I haven't done the Whistleblower DLC yet, and I'm probably not going to for a while because I have to wait for another capture card. So that's why we're gonna go. That's what we're gonna talk about. So you guys are probably wondering, well, Ember, where's your Bioshock Part 3 video? Oh, I love this one. All right, so what ended up happening was I fucked up the first Bioshock Part 3 recording. It's okay, I didn't get very far, but it pissed me off to the point where I was like, I just don't feel like dealing with this today. And eventually got to the point where I had to go back and watch the video footage and realized that it didn't record any of the video, it just recorded the audio of the video. And that pissed me off. So I was like, well, fuck. Now I gotta go ahead and re-record it. So I had to go ahead and start a brand new save because guess what? The save was also corrupted. So I had to go ahead and play exactly how I played the whole time. And I had a little less ammo, I think, when I went ahead and started recording the next part. Which I'm just going to go ahead and upload what I have because it's not a lot. But anyway. So the next recording session for Bioshock Part 3 that I go ahead and do after I took about a day and a half to go ahead and work on getting all the way to the point where I was before, part 2 ended. So I had to get to that exact thing. I even brought the corpse with me, the burned up corpse. I brought him with me. But when I loaded in, I remember I was like, oh, fuck, he didn't save. What happened? So, I was a little disappointed about that. But anyway, so after that, it recorded a decent amount of the part 3 video. Right when I got to Fort Frolic. Not to spoil anything, but I got to Fort Frolic, and then I didn't get very far. It just crashed. And fucking... And here's the thing. My capture card was still recording. The game itself did not crash. The capture card crashed. And I was like, what the fuck's that smell? And then I realized that smell is coming from my Xbox. So I thought my Xbox was on fire. No, it wasn't the Xbox. It was the capture card that was on fire. So in order to prevent dying, because I wanted to get the damn video out, I had no other reason. I'm being serious. I had no other reason. I just wanted the video to be out. I was like, I ain't dying until all my fucking videos are finished. All the series that I started are finished. I ain't dying until then, you know? But anyway, so I went ahead, unplugged it, and yeah. Turns out the motherboard fucking actually melted in that goddamn thing. And it honestly lasted quite a while. It lasted 8 years. That's a long fucking time. Especially with about as cheap as the capture card was. So yeah. I no longer use it. It will be pretty much immortalized in my collection in case I ever, die in a car accident or tragic or something. People can be like, this was the capture card that almost killed EmberTalks. It'll be sold on eBay for hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'll be able to fund my cousins going to college for what they want. I don't know. But anyway. So yeah, I had to order a new one. And I'm waiting in the mail for it, so I won't be putting up another Bioshock Part 3 video. But I'll go ahead and just probably put up what I have and just, put like a thing being like, oh, hey, this is, sorry for the abrupt ending, but my capture card crapped out. So I'm waiting on a new one. But anyway, you guys should probably will enjoy the next Resident Evil video. It's not very long, but it's a little long. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy it. But now we're actually going to be going ahead and we're going to be talking a little bit about why I'm going to be going ahead and sticking to older games. And I know you're like, Ember, what is this? Why are you switching out like that? All right, let me tell you why. So the games that were newer that were coming out, I was really excited for, and to name them, don't laugh at me, but I was looking forward to the Dragon Age game. I was looking forward to Avowed, and I was looking forward to a couple other games, and ended up becoming huge, just piles of dog shit. It's the best way to put it. And I wasn't really, I didn't really like the identity politic bullshit in video games. I don't think fucking anybody does, except for the people that make them. But anyway, those were huge letdowns, and the only newer games that I've played that I've actually been interested in are Silent Hill 2 Remake, which I played on my laptop. It runs a lot better than it did when I first started playing it, but none of the previous loads load anymore, so they're pretty much just stuck forever on my hard drive, which I don't care. But anyway, I got pretty far, but I didn't get like super far. I got to like the hospital, and that was as far as I'd gotten. I didn't get any farther than that. And I don't even remember a whole lot from it, to be honest, because I was playing it on hard, so I was just focusing on trying to survive. But I did record a part one of that before, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I don't really feel like going ahead and making this video public, so I'm just gonna go ahead and shove it on a USB and just put it in my box of USB drives and everything. And I'm just gonna go ahead and record once I get my new capture card. I'm gonna go ahead and record the Silent Hill games that I do have before I go ahead and do the remake. And yeah, so. But anyway, the disinterest I have with newer games, it's just largely because a lot of the ones I was looking forward to are huge letdowns, and a lot of the ones that are more popular are games like well, they're just like they're live service games. I'm not really a fan of live service games, and I wouldn't really play them anyway unless I have people to play them with that I know that I can actually talk to. You know, we can actually go ahead and get shit done. You know, I don't really want to. Like I played PUBG Mobile recently. My phone can't run it for shit. I mean, it can, but it stutters more than fucking Silent Hill 2 Remake did on my laptop before I optimized it. But anyway. And then I played PUBG on my laptop, and my internet crapped out anytime someone was in my fucking vicinity. I'm not even kidding. My internet would struggle getting even close to them. I actually won a few matches by just shooting in a random direction, which I guess there was one guy behind a rock in Vikendi, and I was just laying on the highway just shooting my fucking VSS, and I guess he didn't know where the fuck I was, although I don't know how, but I guess he didn't know where I was, and so he died to the zone because he was staying behind it, because I guess I was shooting at his rock, and then fucking, you know, I get up and I run after it says I won, and I'm like, what the fuck, and then I realize, like, when I go from the street to the rock, I'm like, oh fuck, he was about to fucking bum rush me, but he died. So I was like, fuck it. Cool, I'll take that win. And that was my first win in PUBG in years. I haven't played PUBG on PC in years. And it was actually pretty fun. I got to run around, I got to get familiar with the controls, and then once I got close to a single person, internet was fucking just shitting itself. So I was like, I'll go ahead and pick this up once I have better internet. The laptop runs it beautifully, by the way. I can run it at the highest settings, no problem. But the internet, it can't handle a fucking bag of peas being thrown at it, I swear. So anyway, I don't really want to go ahead and play multiplayer games if I don't have friends to play them with. And I do have friends. I just haven't talked to some of them in a really long time. And some people I'm not friends with anymore. And yeah. But Nero, if you're watching this, I miss you, homie. Anyway, so yeah, I just don't really want to play any multiplayer games with unless I have people to play them with. And because I believe that was actually some of the best content I put out, was probably the Among Us videos, the Minecraft live streams, and of course, certain someone decided to drop an N-bomb on my fucking on my Minecraft live stream. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go ahead and go to my second channel, Embers of the Fox, and you'll see exactly what I mean. But anyway, so yeah, I just would rather play games that I'd actually be interested in playing, and that I think some people would also be interested in playing. And also, I was gonna go ahead and cover games that I haven't really seen anybody play in the past 10 fucking years. So there's that. But anyway, now we're gonna go ahead and talk about that a little bit. So recently, well, not recently, but fairly recently. When I say fairly recently, I mean like within the past 5 months, I've gotten a decent amount of games that I've never played before, that I have watched a little bit of gameplay of, like way back when, like probably when they came out. And I'll give you an example. Okay, so I got a copy of Gears of War 3. I've never played Gears of War 3. I played a little bit on my Xbox, just to, you know, get used to the controls, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I got to go ahead and record Gears of War before I play the third one anymore. I got to like the shopping mall part, and that's about as far as I got. And I was like, holy crap, I get to play as the heavily melanated man. But yeah, anyway. I hope nobody thinks I'm too racist for that. I just had to make a joke. But anyway. So there was that, and then there was a copy of Parasite Eve that I got, and I was like, yeah, I'd love to go ahead and put this on my channel because I don't really see a whole lot of people playing it. You know, I'll see like fucking people talk like reviews for it for fucking days, but I won't see someone actually do a full playthrough of it. And if they do, it's the entire game. It's not, divided into sections. And I was like, you know what? I would like to go ahead and play this. So I decided that I was going to go ahead and play a little bit of it to see, how it controlled, stuff like that. And it plays pretty well, actually. And I was actually fairly surprised. And later on, I ended up getting a copy of Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross. I believe that's what it's called. But anyway, I got those, and I was like, yeah, I'll go ahead and fucking put these on my channel, because fuck it, why not? So, yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and play some older games. Plus, I got the, it's like the Sonic something collection. Yes, Sonic's Ultimate Genesis collection for 360. And it has fucking Phantasy Star on it, dude. I hadn't played Phantasy Star in years. I was like, fuck yes, dude. I know, you guys are probably like, Ember, what the fuck, dude? Why are you so old? Why are you getting that unk status shit going? Okay, listen, pal, alright? You listen here, fucking Buster Brown, alright? I like RPGs. I like them a lot. I just don't record them because I didn't have a way to record them until now, and now that I am able to record them, I can't record them because my capture card almost caught, well, it did catch on fire. So I have to wait for my new one to come in, and then I can go and start recording games again. But I still have videos that are already ready to come out, so you guys don't really need to worry about that. And probably by the time all those videos are out, I'll have been recording videos. Anyway, so anyway, back to the content that not back to the content, back to the games that I have gotten. I realized when I was taking a break from making videos in September of 2024 that it wasn't very interesting to watch someone play a game that they'd played about 20 times before. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and finish up this stuff that I had going on. And just to give you an example, Halo Reach, and I will be doing Dead Space actually. I will be probably doing Dead Space 1. And once I download it onto my Xbox, fucking Dead Space 2. Even though I have it physical, it's just, it would mean I'd have to go to my fucking storage unit, and I really don't want to have to ride the bus there again. Because it's just such a pain in the ass to get there. But anyway, so I was like, fuck it. I've had it since I got it on Game Pass years ago. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and re-download it on my Xbox. Which it's like 14 gigs, so that takes quite a bit of room. And then I had to go ahead and dig out my old USB that I used on my old 360E, which rhymes. But anyway, I used to use it, and I couldn't use any of the data that was on it. So I was like, well, I already have all this data written down, like passwords and stuff like that. So I was like, fuck it. I'll just go ahead and format it, put it into the Xbox. There you go. So, yeah. But anyway, so I do plan on doing games like Dead Space, Outlast 2, because I do have Outlast 2. Dark Souls 1 and 2, because you guys are like, well, Ember, what are you going to do about that Dark Souls series? If anything, I'm actually probably going to go ahead and redo it yet again. And I'm probably going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and sort through my YouTube playlists for my channel, so you guys can go ahead and be like, oh, these are all the new stuff that you're going ahead and putting in. Thank fucking God. But I'm going to go ahead and be slowly updating them as I go ahead and record stuff for them once I get my new capture card. So, anyway, so yeah, I do plan on re-recording Dark Souls, and yeah, I've beaten Dark Souls a bunch of times, and I fucking hate fighting Manus. He is so fucking AIDS. But anyway, I do plan on going ahead and playing games like that, and as well as fucking, Lost Odyssey, of course. I actually have to upload the next part, and for those of you guys who are interested in the Lost Odyssey playthrough, I have the next part recorded already. I just haven't uploaded it. Because I was like, the series isn't doing too well, so I'll just go ahead and fucking take a little bit of a break from it. But I did go ahead and record it, so. But I do have, I do want to talk about this for a second as well. And this covers, I'm actually been covering everything I've been wanting to talk about, so let's go ahead and get this down pat. Anyway. So I want there to be variety on my channel. I don't want it to just be Genius Inc. games and just first-person shooter games, I mean, yeah, I'm still going to be doing Genius Inc. games. As long as Genius Inc. is still around, I'm still going to play their fucking games. Because I know there are people on my channel or people who watch stuff on my channel who really like the Genius Inc. games, and I can't fault you for that. But I'm not going to be going ahead and fucking view sniping like a bunch of other motherfuckers do on YouTube when it comes to the Genius Inc. games, like the brand new ones coming out. I'm not going to bother doing that because fucking they can go ahead and compete over that. I'd rather just go ahead and record quality videos that people can go ahead and actually enjoy. And I just, like I said, I just want variety. I have a bunch of games that I would never even actually play that I want to put on the channel. I'm not even kidding. I don't play fucking racing games, and yet I got fucking Need for Speed and I got fucking Burnout. Also, I have the first Gran Turismo game, which I don't know where the fuck I got it, but I got it. I'm pretty sure I got it from an old PlayStation magazine when they used to still, mail you discs and shit. Pretty sure that's where I got the copy of Gran Turismo, to be honest. I don't know if that's actually where I got it from, but I have no clue where I got half of those games from. Because I got like a stack of CDs that I know a couple of them are. I have a couple of Pizza Hut demo discs. But they have to be resurfaced because they don't play normally. But I have them. I think I have 3 of them. Yeah, I think I have 3 of them. But anyway, I'm also going to be going ahead and putting games like Breath of the Wild and Zelda, the original Wind Waker, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, also Pokemon games that you can play on console. Although eventually I'll get around to getting a fucking GameCube. Fucking eventually. I'll get around to it. And I'll have to go ahead and shell out a shitload of money for a fucking Game Boy player and its corresponding fucking disc. So, so I can go ahead and put fucking Pokemon Fire Red on there and you guys can see all of the shiny Pokemon I got. So I can go ahead and flex on the world. No, I'm kidding. I can just show what a fucking no-lifer I am. But anyway, so, yeah. I just want there to be variety for people who actually really like video games like I like video games. And I do have a lot of games that I fucking just love. And there are a lot, and lately, like I talk about, like like I talked about previously, I have a box set aside that has a bunch of games that I went ahead and bought that I have not played a whole lot of, and I have not completed them. I'll give you another example. One of the newer games that I got was Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. I played the original release, and I still own the original release, but none of my DLC for the original release works anymore, and I can't go re-download it, but even though the fucking original version is technically in the new version, so I basically have 2 copies of SMT5, but one is just got absolute dog shit that I've completed on the hard difficulty, and the other one I haven't really played a whole lot. So anyway, and I also have games that I just like I said, I just don't see anyone covering. So hopefully you guys will be around to go ahead and watch those. And speaking of videos, let's go ahead and talk about this real quick. I know this has been a bit of an issue for a lot of people. It's been mentioned to me a few times that, Ember, your videos are fucking long, dude. We don't have the stamina to sit here and watch your fucking videos. Especially your 3-hour-long fucking Resident Evil 4 video. Who wants to watch a shitty video quality for fucking that long? Yeah, I get what you're saying, alright? And so what I decided I'm going to go ahead and do from now on is just go ahead and... Sorry, I'm yawning because it's early in the morning. But anyway, so I'm going to be going ahead and shortening my videos for the Genius Anime Girlfriend games, or GAGs, to 30 to 35 minute videos after Death Game is completed. And that's going to be my new recording kind of format. It's just going to be 30-minute partitions. Now, why do I keep saying partitions? Parts. So each episode is going to be about 30 minutes to 35 minutes. So it'll either be 30 or 35 minutes, like I said. And for the console games videos, they'll be to an hour to 2 hours. It really depends on the game, and it also depends on the session as well. But I'm going to try to stick to more of an hour and 30 minutes for you guys, because I know you guys don't have all the time in the world to watch my videos, as much as you love watching my videos, I hope. But anyway, so, yeah. That's really all I wanted to talk about, but I do have something else I'd like to mention. Once I find the passwords for my other YouTube channels, because I do have a handful, I have access to my second channel, which is Embers of the Fox, which is basically where I go ahead and I upload smaller videos. and I have an archive channel which no one here who watched this video will ever have access to until I die, probably. Because I do have the, but I have to go ahead and make sure I log into it on my laptop and everything, and I haven't bothered to do that. So I have about, I'd probably say about 200 gigabytes of videos waiting to be uploaded. So that would probably take me about 5 days to go ahead and upload all those videos if I just upload, them all. But anyway, so, and they're all sitting on like a couple of different USBs. So that's fun, isn't it? But anyway, that's really all I wanted to talk about in this video, and I hope, if you guys have any suggestions for games, I would be more than happy to hear them, and I'll even go ahead and look into, getting them so I can go ahead and put them on the channel. But anyway, I don't really have anything else that I want to go ahead and talk about, but I would like to say thank you guys for watching my videos for this long and enduring my long goddamn videos. But I would also like to mention before I end this video, one more thing. I do plan on doing Genius Anime Girlfriend game live streams, and I do have a couple of series picked out for that, so that way you guys can actually go ahead and watch, me play them on live. And also I can go ahead and talk to you guys more, and hopefully it'll bring in some of the viewers that used to be more. I'm hoping it'll bring back some of the viewers that used to watch my channel, because for some reason YouTube doesn't really recommend my videos to a whole lot of people. And I can kind of get that. I mean, I say motherfucker and faggot and bitch and cunt in my videos, so I can kind of understand, a lot of people just, I guess a lot of them forgot my name, but lately, at least what it seems like with a lot of YouTube Discord groups that I'm part of, it seems like if you go live every once in a while, then it notifies those people who are still subscribed, but they just don't get recommended to your channel very often, either in their recommended feed or even in their subscribe thing. Even if they have notifications turned on, it doesn't always do it. But if you go live, it'll go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to do that eventually, but I am still grinding for a bunch of games. And if you guys want more information on that, you guys can go ahead and join my Discord, which is the Flame Lounge version 2. If you don't have an invite to it, or if you're not already in it, go ahead and let me know, and I'll go ahead and post an invite just for you, and hopefully other people can go ahead and join in that way as well. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope it was informative, and I hope it was enjoyable, and I hope the gameplay I put in the background is worth a goddamn to watch, although knowing me, it's probably not. But anyway, thank you guys for watching my video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!